here to talk about the aims of qualitative research. Before we discuss the aims of the said research, let's tackle what it is all about. Qualitative research is conducting research to experiences and observations. It is objective so you can express your personal opinion, assumptions, and beliefs. It also focuses on words rather than numbers, unlike quantitative research. So why do people conduct qualitative research? People prefer to conduct this research to gain a deep insight of a specific topic or issues and to know what others think, to describe, explore, and explain the phenomena being studied, and to gain a new perspective.
Qualitative research. So first, what is aim of research? Aim of research is the knowledge and understanding that you need in order to answer your research question. Next is, what is difference between quantitative research and qualitative research? Qualitative research generates non-numerical data, while quantitative research generates numerical data or information that can be converted into numbers. So, quantitative research focuses more in counting and classifying features and constructing statistical models and figures to explain what is observed. The ultimate aim of research are to generate measurable and testable data, gradually adding to the accumulation of human knowledge.
Different aims between qualitative and quantitative research. Qualitative research is aimed at gaining a deep understanding of an event rather than a surface description of a large sample of a population. It aims to provide a direct rendering of the structure, order, and broad patterns found among the group of participants. While the aim of quantitative research aims to classify features and construct statistical models in an attempt to explain what is observed. The purpose of quantitative research is to generate knowledge and create understanding about the social world. Using scientific inquiry, quantitative research relies on data that are observed or measured to examine questions about the same population.
After identifying the aims of qualitative and quantitative research, let us now find out the general methods of qualitative and quantitative research. But first, what is a research method? Research methods can be defined as the tools or instruments used to accomplish the goals and attributes of a study. So we can say that research methods are the strategies or techniques used by the researcher to collect data for analysis, to uncover new information, or to create a better understanding.
Some of the examples of quantitative research methods are experimental research, research questionnaires, and survey research, which is most fundamental tool for all quantitative outcomes. It is a method used wherein the researcher designs a survey containing survey questions related to his study and distributes it randomly. One of the strengths of this method is that it gathers a lot of data and information for many respondents at a single time. Though survey research sounds like a great method, it also comes with a few drawbacks. One of those is that the survey results may not be valid.
Qualitative research methods are designed in a manner that helps reveal the behavior and perception of a target audience concerning a particular topic. Some of examples of qualitative research methods are focus groups, the demographic research, and the commonly used one-on-one interview or the personal interview. This type of interview is conducted with one participant at a time.
Qualitative sample size. Sample size refers to the number of participants or observation included in a study. In qualitative research, the sample size is based on how many participants will be to provide the data, which can support the study. Because the common method used in qualitative research are focus groups, group discussions, individual interviews, participation or observations. Here's the suggested sample size. The sample size of qualitative data is typically small and the respondents are selected to fulfill a given quota. According to Malterud, he suggested that the more information power the sample size provide, the smaller the sample size needs to be. Ritchie suggested that studies using individual interviews conduct no more than 50 interviews so that researchers able to manage to elaborateness of the topic. Aim. Samples in qualitative research tend to be small in capacity to provide richly textured information in order to support a depth of case-oriented analysis that is important to this mode of inquiry.
Concepts of quantitative research. Quantitative research helps to quantify use numeric data or just data that can be easily transformed into statistics. And it measures behavior, opinions, and attitudes of a large sample of respondents. Choosing a study sample is an important step in any research project since it is really practical, efficient, or ethical to study the whole populations.
The role of researcher in qualitative research. When we say qualitative research, it involves collecting and analyzing non-numerical data to understand concepts, opinion, or experiences. The data include field notes written by the researcher during the course of his or her observation, interviews, and questionnaires. The role of researcher in qualitative research is to attempt to access the thoughts and feelings of study participants. It involves asking people to talk about the things that may be very personal to them. How do I become a qualitative researcher? Here are some requirements you need to do. First, master's degree in a suitable social scientific discipline. Second, completion of a fitting doctorate is preferred. Third, proven experience as a qualitative researcher. Fourth, expert knowledge about fitting qualitative stances and methodologies.
Did you know, in quantitative studies, the researcher's role is theoretically non-existent, that is in the perfect quantitative study. Participants act independently of the researchers as if he or she were not there. In experimental studies, a double-blind placebo-controlled study is the gold standard and is used to try and remove biases and subjectivity from the study.
Did you know the role of the researcher in qualitative and quantitative research? I would like to discuss you the difference about the qualitative and quantitative research through the role of the researcher. In qualitative research, the researcher is usually involved in data gathering and surveys, while in quantitative research, the researcher doesn't really need to be involved in data gathering or surveys.